Hello, welcome to the Beautiful Truth 7. Welcome to our page. Like and subscribe if you like our videos. We're putting out a lot of videos and stuff like that. We have not put out videos in a while. Of course, people have their own lives and jobs, and we got to start doing more stuff though. So,
yeah, definitely got to start coming back on way more. So, anyways, yeah,
we're getting right to it.
We're going to get right to it.
It's late and
yeah, first video we made didn't have no audio. Same problem as last time, but I figured it out this time. So we're going to talk about today. Man goes off in Lego for employees wearing LGBT pins on their uniforms. So I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to get into it after that. And I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to have to hold the phone up to the screen because I'm still trying to get the shared screen thing going on and figure out how that works because I was having some problems with it earlier. I thought I was gonna already have it hooked up, but we're gonna do it like this for now. We're gonna talk about it. So let's see.
Here it is.
The Lego group supports what? I'm pretty proud to support the LGBTQ community. Yeah. But the question is, why are you all in here with those pins on? Do you think children care about what man sucks at home and what girl eats vagina?
It's time to leave, man.
Do you think they care about
It's
that?
time to leave, man.
Do you think they
I
care?
don't think they think about that, personally.
Right, so why would
It's time to leave.
they think about it when they see your
No, they
pin?
don't. It's time to leave.
Yes, they do.
It's time to
It's
leave, guys. I'm
disgusting.
gonna call security.
That's called grooming.
Right. Did y'all mind leaving?
Yeah, if you call security, tell security that
Absolutely.
you're in here
Call security for me.
wearing pride flag
Absolutely. We
on
will let
your
you know.
shirt.
Come on, guys. It's time to leave.
You know what's amazing? Most children don't know. It's been educated by me. I think it's grooming. It's borderline pedophilia and child abuse for these weirdos to come in here and wear that. And at the same time, kids buy from the store. When does it stop? I'm sick and tired. Yeah, but I came here to buy something. When does it stop? At some point, we need to stop pushing this mess on children.
At this point, we're just going to have to ask you to leave.
I'll leave. And I won't spend any money at Lego.
Fantastic.
If you're in here right now,
Sir.
if you're in here right now and you care about value, this store is intentionally promoting LGBTQ behavior on children.
Sir, you're
Spend your money in a place that doesn't do that to kids.
Sir, you're about to get trespassed.
Thank you. The Lego group supports what?
So I guess he tried to go get the manager or something. Okay. So I got a few ways about how I feel about this video. You got a few things probably how you feel about it too. We're going to say it real quick. So anyway, so I feel like it's a few things happening. People expressing their frustration in the wrong areas. And I understand how the guy feels because he's frustrated with seeing this stuff because he's right. Like a lot of kids come here and buy stuff. Why would they be having those kind of pins on the shirts, promoting this kind of lifestyle to a place where kids buy? This is a famous place where kids buy a lot of their toys and stuff. And they know a lot of kids are fans of Legos, and that's a lot of their customers. So I'm not saying he's wrong for going off and going in the store or anything, because to me, you should go and do whatever you want. But I'm like, dude, just know that there's a system in play. And there's a way that you got to come at these companies a certain way with this stuff, because it's the guy is correct who's coming in there with his frustration about being mad about these pins that are on the shirt, because he is right. But they could care less about this guy coming in there because they feel like, first of all, the employees feel like it's not their money. They're not losing a customer. They feel like they're not making the rules to none of this stuff. Of course, they're just doing, but that's part of the game, is passing the buck, just doing what you're told and being able to just be like, well, this is what they're telling me to do. It's a lot of stuff happening here, but
not taking accountability for.
And of course, the employee feels like, why should I have to take accountability? This ain't my representation, even though you are representing the company for that 8-hour period that you decide to clock in. Right. You decide to take on that identity of the company. And not everything, you don't have to take on everything the company believes in, but you are a representative,
right,
to a certain degree of that company. And So I want to just, as long as the guy go in there, he do whatever he want. But dude, you got to just be smart to know, like, word's probably going to get around about what happened, but they not worried about that because they know that people are just consuming. They're in a mode of consuming. So that type of stuff, sadly, doesn't matter. You cannot like service places. You cannot like what places are doing nowadays, and they will still be able to make money off people because they don't have to sell stuff to people anymore. People are in a level where they're just consuming. So it's happening. The money's out there. That's why they're looking at regular people like, y'all get with it. Y'all could just be in there doing this too, because the money's there. Because we don't have to make nobody buy nothing. People gonna just buy shit. They're in a mode of consuming. We sold them the idea of of them buying something. We sold it to them. They're buying shit, whether they like Chick-fil-A or not. I mean, they like Chick-fil-A, but they don't like what the guy's saying about Chick-fil-A about the LGBTQ community. It don't matter. People are going to come buy stuff anyway. Gucci could do stuff, racist sweaters and stuff like that. Black people are going to continue. Melanated, dark-skinned people are going to continue to buy it anyway. So they don't really have to do anything for you to like the companies and the corporations anymore. The corporations are getting so strong that they can do whatever they want to do.
They throw you a stinking apology, you accept it, and you still go buy the product. That's it.
And they don't have to mean none of it. They don't have to mean none of it. And they don't even have to throw around no apology at this point. To me, if you ask me, they can stand on how they feel, and people still going to buy their stuff. It's just a certain way that you don't want to get canceled, where they just kind of screw you up all the way. But I don't think
to wear a badge like that in a store representing,
well, it's like, what are you really trying to do here?
Yes.
What are you really trying to do here? And then I also want to say, real quick, the employees, that's the problem with the world. The employees is what's wrong with the world, because the employees, I know you didn't get this job to be fighting politics in the store. I understand that. But also, this is a real controversial time, wearing all that kind of stuff and the way people feeling about stuff. And it's like, the problem with all this is, to me, how the employees just so quick, they can agree with, I'm sure they agree with that shit probably, the way they were so quick to call security. Nobody wants to deal with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just want to be quick to call security. They want to be quick to do whatever. The guy wasn't even trying to hurt anybody.
Like you said, pass the buck. Just
and the way they handled it, in my opinion, they were so sensitive on being so quick on calling security. I felt like, okay, they must agree with a lot of that shit. So they felt like, I don't want to sit here and explain none of that about the company, let alone my own personal thoughts about it. And I just want you out of here. And it's something happening right now that a lot of people are feeling uncomfortable about, and it's continuing to move forward no matter what. And it's causing shit like this to be happening in the stores. And it's just fucked up, because you just want answers from somebody, even though the employees are not entitled to give you the answers, right? Because they feel like they're not making the rule. But this is where the elites are getting over, though, because they know people are stuck in both of these positions. But at the same time, to me, the guy easily there could have been like, dude, I feel you, but you need to take that shit to somebody up there, because what the hell am I going to do about it? I'm just an employee working here. I just work here. No matter what, I'm just an employee working here. No, you went and took the easy way out. Oh, let me hurry up and call security. You could tell they felt personal about it. And look what he said. Well, I'm not going to buy here from here anymore. The security guard's like, good, perfect. Remember, they don't care. They're not freaking getting any money off of this. Everybody hates their job. They just ready for conflict to be over.
Doesn't matter.
Look at cops. You think cops want to show up in the middle of, when you call in the police and it's the middle of some gunfire happening? Do you think cops want to show up in the middle of gunfire happening? They do not. They want to show up when it's already over, where they could just write a report.
Job is easy.
Everything is easy. They don't want to show up in the middle of the shit happening. If they have to, they will, but they don't want to.
They don't want to be in the middle of a shootout. They don't want to be in the middle of nothing.
Why?
And I've seen it from experience. In the middle of a bunch of drama, you call them, they don't show up 2-3 hours later. Of course, it had already stemmed down to calming people down and
2 hours after, yeah.
Now you want
6 hours after, everybody calm down.
What's going on? And no, do what you got to do. That's what you take this job for. Any job. So
yeah, but back
Anyway,
onto the video about
yeah.
what happened though. But the employees though, if you really look at how the employees handle the situation, if you ask me, that's a symbol for how the world is being ran and how this is all happening. Nobody want to take accountability for nothing, but we got these people representing your company.
Yes, and then bringing that personal life to work. And what does that do? That it has to make people explain things with children and things like that.
Stuff is getting to the point though that I don't even know if these people are. Some of these people are into it, and some of these people ain't even really into it. You're just doing it because I don't know if people think that's the thing in or something
Maybe
like that.
that's people think it's the style or something. It's nothing really. A lot of young kids, and you don't even know what you're doing.
It's just like
coerced into being like you're a little kid. Oh, you want to be a girl? Oh, you want to be a boy? No, I grew up old school. You're going to be the gender you're born with. Not giving you
whatever character you decide you want to play, that's up to you. But this is your gender being born here.
That's like your kid saying, "Oh, I want to jump over a cliff at 5 years old." You're gonna give him that choice? Come on now. Let's keep it real.
And then I wonder if a lot of this stuff is just parents
being truthful.
Young parents raising kids. Young kids raising kids.
Well, and all that stuff too. Not knowing that school should have taught you how to be parents, but
not even just school, but school. I feel like school should have taught us to be good parents. That is something my class that they could have gave was being good parents or learning how to be better parenting. But of course, we realize school does not teach us anything we really need to know about life, unfortunately. But I do think that bad parenting causes more bad parenting. I know a lot of people who, if their parents were good to them, a lot of time, higher chance they're good to their kids. And I know a lot of people who their parents were not good to them, and they still came out good to their kids because they felt like I wanted to give my kids the life that I never had. And some of that creates good parents too. But definitely, good parents create more good parents for sure, because you feel like you want to give your kids all the experiences you had when you were a kid.
And I understand how people feel like, oh, well, I want to give my kid choices and all that. There's limitations. Has anybody
gender choices?
Yeah.
But first of all, there's no such thing as a gender choice because
right.
So you lying to your child. And they don't want to attach gender to your private part between your legs, but tough, that's what it is.
Like I said,
the audacity for you to be telling your child and lying to your child that if they're born with something, telling them that it's not that.
Yeah,
it's just such confusement. And you're not telling them it's not that. You're letting them know it is that body part there, but it was a mistake to put on you. Come on now, because nobody wants to sit over here and say this. You saying whatever you believe in, what created people, you're trying to say God makes mistakes. Let's just get down to that. Nobody wants to say yes to that.
Yeah, but you do have people also who don't believe in that creator.
Whoever you believe in, you saying they made mistakes?
And it brought you this far? So
then you might as well say everything has been a goddamn lie. You don't even got 2 eyes on your face. You might have 3 eyes and 4 eyes on your face.
But I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just out of control. Okay, I'm about to make an example out of something real quick. I just thought of something. Okay, let's just say people who come from other countries all day, they wear their flags to work of their country. I'm Puerto Rican flag. No matter what, everywhere I go, I wear it at job. This person is from Australia. They're going to wear their flag everywhere they go. This person's from Africa. They're going to wear their flag representing everywhere they go. Eventually, there's going to be somebody who's going to be having a problem with that, okay? So why should these people have to do that? are able to do that all the time at their jobs, pushing it and pushing it and pushing it on people. You don't push that on people. You let people make their own choices in life as far as limitations, but you don't be just pushing that on people. No, you don't do that kind of stuff, you know? So that's where I'm trying to get at. But, and then, like I said, eventually people will start having a problem with it. Why? You go to your boss, he's from another country, because you look at his flag and you see your flag, you like, oh, he don't
It's gonna
like
start
me.
being gangbanging up in here.
But what's gonna do? They can wear their flag all the time, though.
Yeah, but I get what you said.
I got a problem.
Yeah.
I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? So come on now. Let's keep it truthful.
No.
You know, so it's, you know, it's just coming a time and place for stuff. You don't have to be.
Well, and it just don't even matter. People want to wear whatever flag they want to wear to represent something innocent. That's always okay, because you should be a freedom to kind of like, you know, I mean, that company doesn't have to allow that, but if they want to allow you to do that, okay, whatever. But at the same time, so much stuff is being pushed to an extreme level. Like, you cannot try to make somebody. How about this? You tell people, hey, you know, this is my name. That person don't have to address you as your name. It'd be nice if they did. It'd be professional if they did. Of course, a professional place, yes. But nobody has to do anything to the point where the person don't even got to address you as your name. So what makes you think that the person has to address you as some make-believe character you create? Because if it's not who you were born as, this is a character
That's you made up.
that you're making up and playing here, which that's fine. Just be honest about it.
Yes. Back to the word, being truthful, taking accountability, and what we talk about, because that's what we talk about on this channel, the beautiful truth 7. So, you know, just
that's part of what you want to do. That's part of what makes you feel good. That's part of what hits your dopamine. You can't make other people try to participate in that.
it's true.
And it's just amazing to me how a lot of these corporations are, you know,
Pushing.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with sometimes they want to support certain things, and because they want to support Black History Month, they want to support. It's a shame that all this stuff has to all be in like a minority category. They want to support whatever, but why got to be pushed on people so hard? There's a difference between just putting little flashes up there for people, little stuff just to show support, meaning like, you know, no hate here about it, but pushing it on people to the point where it just don't make any sense.
And then leading to children, because I have a problem with that too.
Yeah, to the point where there's stuff happening in schools where they don't even have to tell the parents about them addressing the kids as this and all this stuff. What, since when?
And
when is stuff gonna be like the word, like we used to see that word inappropriate a lot when I was younger. That we don't even see that word anymore. It's like nothing's inappropriate for a child anymore.
like I said, they don't have no limitations, and there's limitations to kids, to everything, you know, to everything.
Yeah, it definitely.
So,
to everything is limitation with kids, with everything. Let alone that's just the stuff that they can participate in. Let alone the stuff they're already restricted from because they're too young.
Oh yeah, you're free and soar and do
like
what
you can't get a tattoo at 18 years old, and you could be a kid that is a boxer, so you know what pain is.
Then you know people.
Oh, you can't get a tattoo unless you're 18.
Then you know people at your job that's sick and need organs and transplants and things like that. They can't get that without having money, but you're gonna give a man a boob job, some titties. There's a problem.
Everything here is upside down, y'all.
There's a problem.
Around. It's inverted.
You know, it's a problem to me with that kind of stuff. And, you know, everybody want to keep it quiet. What is it? People don't want to take accountability.
I mean, let's just all be fair here. If we're gonna give away surgeries, let's like give them to everybody, not just this group of people.
Then people walking around, you looking crazy. I know somebody who knows somebody, and they're in a relationship with a whole man. This is a woman. They're in a relationship with a whole man. He went and got a boob job, and she be having sex with him, talking about it. What does that look like in her eyes?
I mean, but remember when we listened to this, when I asked you, that's what I was thinking. I was like, now that we're more into this year, it's crazy how things changed from last year to this year. I had to ask you though. I'm like, are you sure that, maybe it was that kind of person and they just were not,
I don't know. I just know then somebody would have said something to my parents or something back then. They would have just been like, oh my God, right? Because that kind of stuff didn't happen back then.
Well, I mean, I feel like it did, but it was more like, stuff that was undercover.
Yes.
Because it's a time and place for everything. That's like bringing the strip club out to the streets.
Well, yeah.
That's like bringing the strip club out to the streets. The strip club and the nightlife of that sort has always been private to kids. Kids just hear about the club, but they don't really know what's really going on in the club because adults be keeping it private.
So, yeah.
So some of this stuff just be, put too much out there. And I just can't believe that people do not see this. As a lot of people do see this, but there's a lot of people who just can't see that something is obviously intentionally targeting you when it's trying to go over your head and go straight to your kid. It's trying to target a piece of you because they targeted you too, but you're already getting older. So they want to get your child because your child is who's going to be grown when this stuff is in full play, when it's really fully happening in full-fledged, like this shit's fully happening in technology for us. They going to be in the full-fledged of it happening. They're going to be the adults when it's happening. And their kids are going to be targeted. Our grandkids are going to be targeted for what's next coming up for when they're going to be adults.
Gotta cut that generational stuff. Gotta cut it. Gotta learn how to cut certain stuff.
Just got to start knowing what to teach, what we're passing down to what to look out for so we can stay on top of this because the tricks is coming from all angles.
And then I sit there and I also listen to stories of people who talk to people who are Christians and you go to church and all that. But you want to kind of be promoting this kind of stuff.
Well, all of a sudden that became okay.
Wow.
And if that was something that was always been going on, then okay. Okay, and then people feel like, but it has always been going on. Okay, what? It's been happening, in the certain churches, but they haven't been owning up to that. They've been denying all that. They've been denying all that stuff from been happening. So we're going to ignore all that. We cannot consider that now.
Leave it like that.
Yeah, leave it out. They never wanted to pay attention to it. So no, why all of a sudden you want everybody to start, because in my brain, we should have always been accepting everybody no matter what.
Yeah.
We should have always been accepting people. Nobody should have ever been getting stoned and screwed up and all that because of how they feel about any of that stuff. But whatever was happening at the time, I guess it was more in favor to do that shit to those kind of people. And it's just amazing to me how the shit flipped and how when they say it's time for this group of people to rise, it's time for this group of people to rise. Even though they don't give a fuck about nobody, excuse my language, they don't care about no group of people, none.
Well,
because it's like one moment they favoring this group of people, but it's like just a minute ago, you was like letting a bunch of people bully these people and all that stuff.
They know how to sway you The whole mask to make you feel like
You are
Okay.
included. The illusion of inclusion.
yeah, make you feel like oh yeah, it's really dandy, but on this side it's already happening stuff right here, and you over here thinking oh it's fine. No, it ain't.
And then when you ask the majority of the people on the streets about are they okay with that happening through the school system and people, and I am talking a certain way. I'm not talking directly all into certain things because we all know what's going on, but I'm not trying to get nothing screwed up on this channel over shit we already know what the hell is going on. But when you talk to people on the streets about what's going on, or are you okay with this happening to the schools and the parents not being asked permission for the kid to be addressed by this certain pronoun and stuff like that? Everybody that you talk to, 80-90% of people are going to be like, no, I'm not okay with it. I feel like, they need to be. So everybody on the ground, we all on the same page. But shit is still getting pushed no matter what.
I was just about to
Is
say
my
that.
point.
But it's still being, still happening.
So I don't think it is. So all this stuff should give us all enlightenment to see that nothing matters. Nobody's personal preference matters. Nobody's background matters to these people. They hate everybody equally because when they want to give a certain group power to rise up, they do, even if it makes no sense to.
Then they know how to convince you to like it. To like it. You're like, oh my God.
Even if you don't. But this is a soft level, y'all, compared to when you look back on the stories in the past about a lot of stuff that's happened with religions and stuff like that. I mean, there's some tough stories out there about religions, taking over certain territories and areas, and they know that in your heart none of that shit's true in that religion, but they make you hold that Bible, they make you recite those verses, they make you say you believe in this God, or they're gonna blow your damn head off and stuff like that. And they know you don't believe in it, but they're gonna do the George Orwell shit to you. They're gonna make you display that shit on the outside and try to make you believe it, even though they know
While they over there doing their thing and believing what they want to believe.
Because it gets deeper. It gets deeper. Hold up. It gets deeper because they don't even be believing this stuff they making you believe is what you're saying. That's how it gets deeper.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah, like
they just be giving you the illusion that like, yeah, I'm with y'all on this, but they don't, because they don't care about nobody with none of this shit.
What is it? Oh, I'm on your side. When the shit go bad, oh no, I'm on your side.
I mean, it makes sense though, because when we were talking about the music thing, I remember when they used to try to say that the devil was in rock and roll. They used to always try to say that. Oh, that's devil music. Oh, Satan's in rock and roll and stuff like that in the videos. Okay, that's what people thought back in the day. And then all of a sudden, where are we seeing this nigga Satan popping up at now? Where are we seeing the symbolism of whatever energy that is? We seeing all that stuff all in rap videos now. Mm-hmm. It's all in rap videos. So when I asked you, and I was like, what the heck? Why all of a sudden that we're seeing this in the rap videos? Why aren't we seeing it in the rock videos no more? But I never forget what she said, which is some real shit. Like, the energy floats wherever shit is popular at, where it could just hold on to for that time. Right now, hip hop culture is running the world.
So that's where it's at.
So that's where it's at. At the time in the 80s, in the 70s, rock and roll,
heavy metal
was all that was running the world. Everybody loved rock and roll. Mm-hmm. All kinds of type of people. And now hip hop culture took over the world. So all kinds of people like hip hop. And so it took over hip hop specifically, like a lot in rap, because I think more of the darkness of the energy and the music is more in the rap. That's why it's like they got rid of R&B, love music, all kinds of stuff like that. Stuff just turned into scary rap music with a lot of noise, chaos, and yelling. We still try to find our stuff we like. In the middle, we got to try, because I'm just a music head, period. But back to that though, the entity floats whatever's hot at the time.
Mm-hmm. Figure like it gravitates to that.
Yeah. So at the time it was freaking rock and roll. Boom. So right now it wouldn't do too much justice to be all in rock and roll. Right now, hip hop, rap, that's what's in right now. So that's where it wants to be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's where we see a lot of it at. So, but anyways, yeah, man goes off about all that stuff. And like I said, yeah, it's cool. He did that. The video went viral and everything, because now that it went viral, the people at the top and at these meetings that they go to are probably going to see it. But at the same time, it ain't hurting their brand. It ain't doing nothing, because people are in the level of consumer. They sold people the idea of being a consumer, and people love it.
And the funny part about it, I bet you more people are now going to the Lego place. That's the funny part.
Exactly.
Oh,
because
yeah.
and I'm going to say this really quick, because if you look at commercials back in the day about how they used to sell you stuff, they're way different than how they sell you stuff now. The commercials back in the day, it's like they were more trying to convince you to buy it. Now they don't even try to convince you to buy it. They just tell you what it is. Either you buy it or not.
You don't have to anymore.
So they don't have to try to convince you to buy anything anymore.
Sell you.
They don't have to convince you to sell you. You bought into the idea of being a consumer, and they know you're just buying stuff. We're all just buying stuff no matter what, like no matter how anybody feels personally about anything. So, and they be putting out these apology notices, like you said, they don't be meaning it anyway, and even if they didn't, people would still buy it. So anyways, yeah, but that's what's going on with that. And we're going to come with more viral videos, but that was one that, like I said, it caught my eye
to us a little bit.
Yeah, and it caught my eye, and it was very important to me, because I just felt that the way that people reacted at the Lego place, the employees, that's exactly what's wrong with the world. People don't want to answer to anything, because nobody feels like they made up none of the rules in this place with all this craziness going on. And I don't know what needs to be done. Maybe everybody need to band up and be like, somebody need to come step out and take responsibility for all this,
and we can figure out who's promoting this and who's at the top and who's, hiding, pushing the people to do this, because wherever it's coming from, they don't even care nothing about promoting none of that. I guarantee you that.
It's all propaganda.
So it's to make
it's all to keep poor people fighting and arguing.
Lower class.
We're gonna make another video about that. Just the way they got poor people's minds all screwed up. And when I say poor people, I'm talking about like 95% of the world. At least a good like 85% of the world. How they got everybody's mind just screwed up. And this is why we got so many, what's up, Snowbell? So many problems. And, when you start realizing what this stuff is, you start seeing how the poor people practice this shit. They feed into this shit, and this is why they in this shit, So it's going to be another video, but yeah. Anyways, all right, y'all. We're going to head out of here. Glad we got to drop another one. And
thank you
for
coming and taking a peek at the Beautiful Truth 7. And, you like our stuff, you like it. Hey, you don't have to subscribe, but, it would be nice trying to build up our page a little bit. And, everybody knows we work and you guys work. So we're trying to fit in when we can here and there. So anyways, thank you for tuning in. We don't want to hold your time all the time, because I know you have a life too. So, stay blessed and peace out.